I'm holding that link because I want to get this out too, because I wasn't going to talk about this because I was of the mindset before the conversation that I had and the podcast that I saw, but like, I'm coming in hot. I'm going to have to shoot some shots because there's a lot of people who like to gaslight and push these agendas, and I think it's because they're making money off of it. That's the only thought process I can think of, because most of these men I look to, and they're really good in their retrospective lanes, but I feel like they miss the mark when it comes to having full context and full conversations. So I'm going to bring this back up. Let me pull this to the front so that everybody can see it, and I'm going to go over this with y'all. So this is Biden's new mortgage law, and I found that, like, the more I think about it, the more infuriated I get, because it's more of this is an annoyance thing, and this is why I wasn't going to talk about it. But the more I think about it, and the more I hear people talking about it, the more upset I get, because again, they're messing with your money. Now, this is specifically your money because I don't help fund none of y'all's homes, but you fund your home. Those of you who own homes, which I still think is an important pillar to building wealth, especially generational wealth, as we like to talk about in the community. Having a home is a big piece of that. Well, our good old president and vice president thought that this would be a great idea. They've passed a law, yes, a law, that is going to penalize people with good credit and high down payments. I'll repeat that again. They're penalizing the people who did what we're supposed to do to get the things that we want. Now, why would they do that? And what does that look like? So basically, the way that they broke it down, the math on it, it's $20+ extra on your mortgage, which, you know, as the rich people like to say, oh, well, you buy Starbucks, like, that's not that big a deal. You go to Wendy's, I mean, like, technically speaking, you go to Wendy's and get a medium value meal, you almost at $20, right? So that's on the low end, though. It's on the low end. The math that they gave on a $400,000 home, though, if you have a credit score of 680 or above, is they're charging you $40. Now that's like 2 or 3 value meals now, right? But like throughout the week, you can piss off if you're not paying attention and you just grabbing snacks at the gas station. I know this because on my budget, that's one of the things I look at. So if I'm willy-nilly not taking my lunch and I need to grab snacks throughout the day, I can rack up $40 in a week. Easy. It's not hard at all. So it's not that much money. But what they're doing with this money is they're taking your money and they're using it to, oh shit, dude, hell yeah, hey Mike, you know, you and the wife are more than welcome to be up, bro. Like, I respect the shit out of both of you, so absolutely, as soon as that link drops, like, y'all can come and go as you please. The door's open for family. But so what they're doing with this money is they're using the money to subsidize giving a discount, and I'm gonna repeat that, a discount to people who shouldn't be qualifying to buy homes so that they can get homes, and they're framing it as racism because of redlining. And so I got a separate monologue, and I'm gonna shoot my shot real quick for this part of the show. And this goes out to Wall Street Trapper, because he's the reason I made this video. And I just didn't have enough characters to get him and Candace Owens in there. And I would definitely rather have people find me in the algorithm because of Candace Owens over me talking bad about Wall Street Trapper's bad opinion on this, because I do believe this is not only bad, I believe it is a dangerous opinion. And I believe that it is part of the way people are moving. It's the agenda to pacify people with having their rights taken and their money taken. And what they do is they put these people that are at the forefront of these communities in there, and they get you to tell you, and I'm just going to surmise what he said, which was, oh, it's 20, 40 bucks. It's not that big a deal. Like, that's not going to affect me at all. He's right. 40 bucks will not affect him. He's rich. Let me come back on the screen. I say that again. 40 bucks will not affect him. He's rich. So he is correct in his assessment of the situation for his personal mortgages. He also surmised that because of redlining and racism, that if this gives people an opportunity to get into a house, then he's all about it. And he doesn't care. And he's happy that that money's going towards people who are going to be able to get into a house that don't have good credit and were affected by racism, Jim Crow, and all the other victim Olympics things that you could imagine. Because, you know, it's only 40 bucks and like he gets to feel like now he feels like he did something. But I'm like, as a rich person, I mean, if we're going to go that route, then why don't we just have the rich people buy a couple of poor people homes? And you guys do it, because also the price of a shanty home in a bad neighborhood also wouldn't affect you either. Since $40 doesn't affect you, I mean, 100,000 to a billionaire is really pocket change for real. You're multimillionaire and you got money coming in like that. You making 30, 40 grand a month, 50 grand a month, probably more than that because your course is expensive. You got the money coming in. Why aren't you buying poor people houses, bro? Because it wouldn't affect you, right? The issue is, and he referenced $400,000 houses. Those are middle-class houses now, bro. What world do you live in? Like, you rich now. Like, how you still got a poverty mindset? How do you not know that like a $400,000 house is a middle-class house? Those aren't rich people, bro. Also, the $40 probably doesn't affect them either because it doesn't affect me. And I'm not in a $400,000 house. But I digress. It's still my fucking money. I don't care what you think is no big deal to you. What if I don't want to live by your standards? What if I don't want to go along with the rhetoric that you've subscribed to? What then? Because like we found ourselves at an impasse, because I believe that if you can afford, if you need that $40 off your loan from my loan to get into your house, if that's your barrier of entry, $40 to make it affordable for you, guess what, bro? You still can't afford the house. Guess what else? As soon as you trip and sprain your ankle or fall down the stairs or slide in the ice or get outside and it gets too hot and you got heat stroke and got to take a day off, guess what, bro? You're going to lose the house. So again, what are we paying for? What's the benefit of putting somebody who can't? What they're doing is they're using this system to make a more predatory loan. Because the reality of it is those people shouldn't be getting those loans. They shouldn't. If you're skirting by on 40 bucks, now you live in hand to mouth and you house poor. And if anything happens, you lose the house. Also, what if we don't want to participate in that? I don't want to get, I don't like that any more than I like it when the government uses our money to bail out businesses. I mean, I would prefer to see them do it to people, but like I don't want to do both. Like if I can save the 40 bucks, like I'd rather me have the 40 than the government have the 40, because the government has proven itself time and time again to be fiscally incompetent, fiscally irresponsible, and not good at rolling out plans. Like I wouldn't be surprised if this whole thing just winds up being another incentive and benefit that they give to immigrants to buy homes. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if no Americans got any of this money at the rate that we're going, because we don't know where it's going or what they're doing with it. And we're not even giving it to the government. We're giving it to the bank. They're worse than the government. Like, those dudes are greedy. They're going to steal our money because they're still not going to want to write those loans. They're going to do the bare minimum, and they're going to pocket the change, and it's our money. And then Wall Street Chapter gets to feel like he's doing good because he saw the $40 fee come out, and now he feels good about it because he thinks it went somewhere, when realistically it's probably housing an immigrant that didn't come here to be a part of society. They came here to do their own thing, and they don't care about us. It's not helping people that are us. And by us, I mean Americans. And the bank is probably going to steal some of the money. Because, like, if I was going to give money, I'm telling you, if I was the bank and I was going to give money to somebody who had low credit, it would be an immigrant with low credit, because, like, they're going to try hard, bro. Like, I'm just calling it what it is. Like, if there's a way for them to do that, that's the angle they're going to go, because, like, immigrants pay their bills. Like, shots where shots are due, but, like, let's be responsible where being responsible is. Like, it is what it is. But yeah, I mean, I don't understand how this is I don't like it, and I don't understand how it's gonna work, but, like, let's talk about it. I'm gonna drop the link now.